You guys don't need to tell me. I already checked up, and yeah, I have not played this since October 8th of 2023. So it's been a full year plus since the last time I played Hogwarts Legacy, at least the Gryffindor run. I did say that at times I will be doing each one of the house runs. Right now I am doing the Gryffindor run, the Sirius Black. As you can see, I have our Sirius Black and the Prisoner of Azkaban garb right now. Well, the Azkaban garb. I'm saying prisoner, but I'm referring to the movie. If you've seen the movie, you already know why I'm saying that. But yeah, I have him in an Azkaban garb just for the simple fact that it's not serious without some garb on for him. So we're gonna get into this mission real quick.
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprise. Good. Well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso, this can't be your first duel. Let's just say I'm a quick learner. Stupid Protego.
Those things.
Levioso.
I do enjoy lively duels. If only all of my students were this adept.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Gryffindor.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
And that was Defense Against the Dark Arts,
right.
DADA class. So there's nothing really that I haven't done that you guys probably did not already do. Most people already platinum or gold achieved this game, so there's truly nothing for me to say. But I will be talking about for the future of Hogwarts Legacy. So apparently it's in the works right now, a Hogwarts Legacy 2. Hopefully, and this is only hopefully, that Avalanche builds off of this game. This huge success as a game deserves to be built off of.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way, didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the Clock Tower entrance, if you're interested.
Sorry, I do not like talking over other characters when they talking at times. But yeah, hopefully the developers of this game literally build off of the huge success of this game. What I want from Hogwarts Legacy 2, more variety of spells. The spells on this game is definitely they're great. They're great. You get to use the Unforgivables and regular spells and whatnot. The only thing I cannot be happy about is the simple fact that there's no morale system. Everybody complained about there's no morale system, which had affected your ending. Whenever you use the Unforgivables, there's really nothing to do. Like, oh, I use Unforgivable. Even in front of the students or the staff, it's like, maybe you should not use that. But in Hogwarts Legacy 2, hopefully there's a morale system so that you can get flagged for using the Unforgivable curses.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Accio!
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
I'll talk throughout this part. So,
Very simply,
with that being
cast
said,
Accio on one of your spheres
if there is a morale system in Hogwarts
Very
Legacy
good.
2, make sure that it does affect your ending.
Control them.
Whether you use
Splendid.
how many times you use the unforgivable should be
Very good.
how
Points
your
to
ending
Gryffindor.
should be affected,
But
or
there's
how many times
certainly
you did
no
not
sport in
use it
playing
should your
without some
ending be
friendly
affected.
competition. Miss
Overall, there
Onai,
needs to
would
be a
you care
penalty
to give
for
our
using
new
the
student a bit
unforgivables.
of a challenge?
First off, the
Come on
synopsis
up.
of the game for Hogwarts Legacy 2 should definitely go in favor of
You'll be the
you
Blues just as
being
before, and
a
Miss
Hogwarts
Onai, you
graduate.
are
It should be
playing
open
red.
world at that,
Clear?
and I don't just
Yes, sir.
mean Hogwarts, Hogsmeade, and all that. No, give us Diagon Alley, Hogsmeade, areas that are magical that was not fully explored in the Hogwarts verse. Maybe even give us areas that was explored or touched upon in a Fantastic Beasts area,
That is how
with it
it's done.
being maybe Scamanders. I don't know, wandering across the globe and everything. You traverse us into maybe Asia, America, or some sort. But yeah, the synopsis should go like this: you're a wizard, a Hogwarts graduate, who is thrown into Azkaban. Why was you thrown into Azkaban? You face a death sentence for either a murder or a mystery that you apparently was framed for, and then you are let out
Not to
to
worry.
try to prove you escape, or your friends or so. Maybe it can be Sebastian or Natty from the first one. They help you escape Azkaban so that you can actually prove your innocence and whatnot. One thing that I really hope that they give to you in Hogwarts Legacy 2 is the
Well
Expecto
done.
Patronus, the Patronus charm. Let you choose what your Patronus can be, and that should be how you should be affected of how
us
you
make
can
this
become
a
an
bit more
animagus.
interesting,
For
shall we?
me, for instance, like this: if you are a wolf, a dog, or anything of the canine
I think we are well
Patronus,
past
you should be able to
interesting at this
transform
point.
into a
I'll
dog
say.
or something of the
Enough
canine.
chatter.
If you're a
Focus
cat,
now.
cat.
You will
Or
need
you
it.
can have multiple.
This
You can be
round
one of those
settles it all.
unique, just like in this one. You can hold ancient magic. You should be one of the rare few that can transform into different animals by way of animagus. Maybe you're the Loki of the Hogwarts verse and everything that can transform into anything. But that would be too cliche. One transformation is good enough. But yeah, you should be an animagus. You should
Do
have
not
the
think I will start going
Patronus
easy on you
charm.
now.
You get out, you're broken out, or you break out yourself, and then you try to clear your name. You're on the run, obviously, and then by the end of the game, once you actually do everything, you either good or you either innocent or you're proven guilty. One thing for certain: how can you learn spells? I cannot remember a certain game, but there is a certain game where you are actually forced to relive a certain memory just in order so that you can remember how to do a certain thing. Like, for instance, if you can't remember how to do the Expelliarmus spell, you can be like, how was it that I was able to do it, but I can't remember how the wand movement to do it. You go back into your dueling days, you remember how to do it that way, and then, or a professor comes into your head and say, here's how you can do the Expelliarmus spell, and that's how you can remember how to do it. And it has to be during a combat situation or just a puzzle situation.
Impressive.
Like, oh, that's how I can do the Expelliarmus charm, or that's how I do Glacius, or Wingardium Leviosa.
Very good, both of
Accio,
you. Well done.
all that good stuff. Yeah,
Class is
that's how
dismissed. Gather your
Hogwarts
things on the
Legacy
way
2
out.
should be, in my opinion. How to remember spells. You're
game,
not so
Baghdad.
much of an innocent
I must
student like
admit,
that.
I think I underestimated you. Took
Yet
me
to be
weeks
proven
to become
innocent. So
proficient
yeah,
with Accio.
I'm gonna let the
Took
rest of
weeks
this
for me
play
to
out.
get anything
Hopefully you
right when I
guys
transferred
enjoy.
here.
The
gets
most part
easier,
that I got
I
up
promise.
to was where Professor Weasley says, yeah, just complete
That's good to
Professor
hear.
Rowan's
It's a lot to
special
take in all at
task,
once.
which I believe is
put it
Incendio, since he's the Charms
remember
Professor,
how I
and then you
felt
go
when I
to
first arrived.
Hogsmeade,
I
and
transferred
then
here
get
from
your own
Wagadu
one. So
just
yeah,
before my
as
fourth
usual,
year.
if you like,
My mother
consider
received an offer to
follow and
teach
subscribe,
divination here.
all that good stuff.
Before I knew it,
Leave a
we had
comment.
left
I answer
Uganda
anything,
and
even
were
if it's the most
halfway
weirdest
around
thing
the
ever.
world at a new
See you
school
all
in a
later.
new country.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian.
A word,
You know
if you
it won't
would.
work on humans.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Hello, you wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Revelio.
Oh, not again!
Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim, did you praxia mole? As long as 'twere only one time per week, I can plunge the boy's lavatory, not for the meek.
Please, Peas, you'll make me late.
He tried to stop me, did rancorous carp, sought to trap me, confine me inside of a jar.
Revelio.
It was granted my privileges.
Get out of here.
Or I pour it the cannon.
Glad you could make it. Lucan's just over there.
Levioso.
Can I help you?
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed wands. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's not a bad duelist either.
Imagine it's quite something to see the two of you duel.
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you could duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, care to step into the ring?
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up.
Protego. Levioso.
Confringo.
Stupefy. Come on. Accio.
Expulso!
Stupefy.
Senor.
Is that all you've got? Stupefy.
Expulso!
Levioso.
Mind
Accio.
the water!
Levioso.
There goes my wager.
Dindo.
Some big hits that round. Nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organise these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first crossed wands victory. Well fought. Hope to see you back here again.
Next time you need a partner for crossed wands, don't hesitate to call on me.
I feel sorry for your next opponent.
Just wait till I've grown a bit, then we'll see how well you do.
Let us keep our heads about.
A 142 staircases.
Revelio.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
Can you tell me more about the potions shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.